Yo, 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 what's Papino? What's Papino? You know why I'm at Z Blacks at the camp. This show is in dedication to Audrey, Audrey West, I guess they better known as DI. Um, his comrade hit me up a couple of months ago. And we just want to touch on that, man. You know, the young brother made one mistake and they gave him like 100 years, over 100 years. Nobody died of robbery. And let's just say he didn't get caught up in that, man. He could have been. It looks like it just he had something great for this world, and one mistake just destroyed that. You know what I'm saying? So for you guys that just know him personally, because he's been in jail since the '90s, man, just contact him, man. You know, there's a lot of youth that just graduated across the country, and I think that the youth that may be misguided and are looking for solutions to go. It's up now. Now is the time. If you're tired of seeing demon time, you're tired of seeing drill, to point them in the right direction. Give them a suggestion. Any skills you have. You have a nephew that graduated, point them in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Get them in the right direction. Don't be sitting at the dinner table talking about who's the realest homie or who's the biggest drug dealer or who's the biggest killer. You know what I'm saying? You know you got nieces and nephews. My son just graduated. My stepson just graduated. My stepson was on board though. He got a job. He's about to start school for auto mechanics. Debbie shout out to Scoop Doggy Dog. He's focused. You know what I'm saying? He's working on his license. And that's because he had two great parents, two great families. And that's what happens when you speak about up coming up. You know what I'm saying? You know, his grandfather worked for Ford for like 40 years. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is when the conversation isn't just gangster, and what you're trying to do with yourself and do with yourself, and then sometimes the kids want to prove themselves. See, I like when the kid want to prove himself and do the right thing. That's what we push for. Okay, you think I can't do it? Well, I'm going to get my driver's license. You think I can't do it? I'm going to fill out for this job application. You think I can't do it? I'm a, you know what I'm saying? Salute, salute, salute. E-Love was popping. And that's the direction that we're pulling into. I just look at it
Hello,
as,
Dollar
yes.
General customers. We hope you're having a great day. If you
There's a lot of people that's is still lost, man. Even a lot of adults are still lost. You know what I'm saying? And by them being lost, what they think is real ain't really real life. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay because it's not about what they think, man. You know, it's not even about. There's so many people that graduated. You know what I'm saying? I know the last couple of months all we talked about was the youth with these shootouts, with these killings, with you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of but then there's a lot of youth that's looking for guidance. So why don't you guide them? Have some consistency in your life. Sometimes you ain't gotta work for IBM to be consistent. Consistency in your life is a win. Like I told somebody today, I said, you could tell somebody's life by how consistent they are with things that they do. He goes, what you mean by that? Me. I've had 2 jobs for 14 months, the same 2 jobs. So no matter what somebody say about me, that means that I am a responsible person and I'm consistent. I'm not all over the place at the age I am. You know what I'm saying? It's the hustle, it's the grind, but it's about being consistent. I haven't gone through 20 jobs in a year. I haven't got unemployment. Nothing wrong with that. I haven't applied for SSI because I want to play crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's just being consistent. A lot of us aren't used to being consistent because, you know, penitentiary, no twisted homes. So we don't know what it is to be consistent, to pay bills and not be tight, to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? You have to start applying that for your kids to see that. When your kids paying attention to, my parents is consistent, then it's our idols. We're not supposed to sit around and talk about our street idols in front of our kids. We're not supposed to glorify that. Our kids are not supposed to go. We know who these big time hustlers was uptown, because how you know about them? Oh, because you always glorify them, Dad. That's not how this game goes. So let's start congratulating the youth. the ones that are doing the right thing, but not just congratulate them, but point them in the right direction, suggest all the right things. Once your Jack is in the building, because I think we're caught up in this culture, generational gain culture, and we can only believe that we can speak to people that understand us, that understand our lingo, that understand what we're talking about. Yo, it's funny, right? Somebody made a video on TikTok with the homie talking crazy. It was funny though, the old homie, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you fooled and all that, right? The funny part is we're the only ones that understand that language. Everybody else I showed the video to, they be like, what is he talking about? So that's what I'm trying to say is let's stop minimizing our thinking. We only know what we're talking about, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Let's start, like I said, with the kids, man. I believe because of mass incarceration that when we have get-togethers, we hang out with people that we can have the same conversation with. You know what I'm saying? Somebody asked me the other day, they said, Zeke, what's the difference between a winner and a loser? I said, a loser will always lose. You have to understand, a worker will always be a worker. I don't care how many pair of gaiters he has, how many suits he have, a worker will always be a worker. And what we do is no matter how much they try to clean up and talk better and read better books, a worker is always be a worker. And I sat there and said, yo, you right. He goes, yo, you cannot stop wasting time on dudes that you could give a pack to. Dudes that, you know what I'm saying? You have to look at yourself and take accountability for recognizing, for trying to bring somebody to your level. And not of intelligence, to your level. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. 1090 Barley, to your level. So what you have to do is understand where they stand. He's a worker. And that's just no disrespect. I know dudes that I could give 30 packs to. Good money. I give them 125, a big eighth, blow it. Don't know what to do with it. So that's what I mean. You have great workers out here. Guys that's good at being great workers. So what we have to do as a community and as a party people, we have to retain our power through recognizing a person's strengths and weaknesses. That's what we did back in the days, right? When somebody came and asked you for a pack, we knew who he was. Okay. What is he good at? All right. He got too many distractions, so I can't give him a pack because he got to dip off. His girl be coming around. Maybe I can give him a shift where he just look out for police. You know what I'm saying? He can't get in trouble. Strengths and weaknesses. Okay, he talks too much. He can't get down because he run his mouth too much. So even if we do give him a pack, he gonna tell everybody our business. You know what I'm saying? So those are strengths and weaknesses of the game. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I said we have to congratulate the youth that's not in jail shooting at nobody. But they still need guidance. They still need that mental conversation. They still need, yo, what's next? What are you good at? What's your skills? You know what I'm saying? Don't look at it like, oh, he graduated, it's over. What's your skills? You got some kids that believe they can't go to college because their family don't got no money. No, they got grants. They got all type of programs you can go through. You know what I'm saying? To get through college. Everybody say, I don't want my kids to be in debt when they get out. Okay, but then pick a realistic, you know what I'm saying? A realistic major, and you ain't got to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? We need teachers. We need more nurses. We need more police captains. Yo, do you know you go to the ROTC program, you good money? You go to my knowledge, the ROTC program, it seems to some school, and then when you graduate 4-year college, you come out an officer. To come out of officers and win, right? My cousin, Ivor. I never even knew he was in the ROTC program, but he was. He went to college. He went to Buffalo. He was still in the Buffalo. He went to Buffalo State, the one that's downtown. Yeah, the one that's, I don't know if it's downtown, but it's not in the suburb, the black school, not Buffalo U, but the ones where there's more minorities. He went to that school. And when he went to Buffalo, he graduated, and he went to the Marines as an officer. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a guy who's from George Washington Projects. You know what I'm saying? Across the street, 100th Street. You know what I'm saying? Between 1st and 2nd. We have 3rd Ave. All the drugs in the world in the community. He graduated, came out an officer, did his time in the Marines. He now owns an insurance company in California. It starts at home. His father didn't work for IBM. Salute to my Professor George. You know what I'm saying? My godfather, he worked 5 jobs. He wasn't from America. He was from Bahamas, Jamaica somewhere. But he provided for his kids. And once he provided for them, he taught them. Listen, at a certain age, you're going to have to get a job. They all started to get the summer youth jobs. That's the beginning. That's the beginning of your personal independence in making money. And then he taught them how to save money. And then he taught them the appreciation of money. And all his kids, he had 4 boys, 1 girl. All college graduates. My cousin Corey, the one that came out here to come see me for my birthday, he owns a house for the last, I think it's paid for by now, but I helped him move in there and boost, you know what I'm saying, in up top New York. And he's management for Progressive Insurance. He's been there for over 20 years. These is guys from the projects. You know what I'm saying? They're from the PJs. And they grew up in the era Dope, Popo, 100th Street, Hill Hole. But they was focused on school and education. They went to all the same schools. They didn't go to Catholic school. These guys went to PS 109. They went to Junior High School 45, my cousin Jeff. He went to 117. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is, don't become a product of your environment. Learn from your environment. Teach your kids you can learn from this. Don't think that because you're from here, that you're mentally stuck here. You're not. Yeah, bro. This guy in the projects. You know what? You know what it is, 1090 boring? You know why it's hard for us to maintain? Because we're used to blowing money. You know what I'm saying? We're used to blowing bread. So by us being used to blowing bread, we never understood when it was to be responsible till we had to be responsible. What I mean by that is when you get no help, when there's no food stamps, when there's no DSS, when it's just, we got to pay our bills this month. We got cell phone bills now. We got cable bills. With more responsibility, salute. When more responsibility came into play, that's when we began to realize. So while we learning the technique, teach the kids that. You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter works at PAL somewhere. You know what I'm saying? She's learning to understand the economics. This is her first job since she's been in college. No, her second job because she worked at the college. She's understanding that now you got to be responsible with your money. It's just not about I get paid Monday, I'm gonna blow it at the mall. You know, because now you're gonna start having bills. You're about to be a senior in college. She has a boyfriend that has a great job somewhere in New York City. These guys are college students, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to her boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? These is college students. And that should be where the mindset is at. That's, you know what I'm saying? Salute, real life, real spit. Latin pain was poppin', salute. That's why I said let's congratulate them. Let's stop congratulating the killers, the skinny jean agenda. Let's stop congratulating that. Let's congratulate the winners. You know you got a cousin that graduated, put them in the right direction. What you want to do? I don't know. You like cars? I can't play with cars. What you like to do? I like computer programming. There's classes you can take in community colleges. That's like 18 months that'll get you the certificates that you need. I just found that out recently. But you can go to you can pay like $1,200 for a course, and that course will give you a certificate, and you can do whatever you want to do in that field. So I think we limit ourselves because we don't have the conversation. But we're gonna start having the conversation. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna stop robbing ourselves of just we know. right? The average young boy, if you don't put them in the right direction, they're going to find their direction like we did. We did that in the 90s. We found our direction. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, let's congratulate the young boys. Because I was going to do a show with the free cheese. I come from the free cheese, no thrills ever. So to buy your first pair of Pumas on your own, that was classic. You ain't want to be a bum, you know what I'm saying? But you know, if you didn't have a working parent in that house, that's what you want to do. So what I'm trying to say is, we've come a long way since no thrills. We've come a long way since Atari, right? Nintendo. We've come a long way. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that's coming in our favor, and we're not taking advantage of it because because some want to be ghetto hood stars. Some want to be some dude's big homies. I don't know why. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. I'm seeing all these graduations, and I'm not seeing nobody doing videos on congratulations on this YouTube joint. We're hearing about how the skinny kids shot up Times Square and the young boys did this and that and that. We're not congratulating. We got to start. I ain't gonna front things, and the enough thing, dudes speaking up against it is making them look like they fools. But then sometimes us that got these YouTube platforms, let's start congratulating the young boys that's graduating, the young females that's graduating, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not about getting a million views sometimes. It's about whoever sees this and wakes up and go, damn, that's real. If you can't ask your father, ask your uncle. If you can't ask your uncle, whoever you ask your family friend, there's somebody who can point you in the right direction. If you feel that you can't speak to your parents, there's somebody else you can speak to, do it. Put your ego to the side. Put your pride to the side. Do not waste your time trying to get 200 months in somebody's penitentiary. There's no 401k being a hood star. There's no retirement plan. There's no escrow in it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah, Ezekiel's a good dude, man, but you know what I'm saying? So we have to change that thinking. We have to get more militant, and congratulate the youth. Shout out to GW Quinn. His last 2 shows been dope. Shout out to Ant Team Smoke. Dope, you know what I'm saying? See me, like I said, I'm changing the way I think when I speak to my OGs. Dudes that I respect. You know what I'm saying? Dudes that I respect. And dudes that, they pull me up on my coat. My man said, yo, Z, since when do we argue with workers? Since when? Since when did you ever argue with somebody that you was giving a pack to? You from the block. You from the streets, right? Since when did we argue with dudes we gave packs to? What did we do when it went wrong? We just ain't deal with them dudes. And we don't care what they said behind our back after that. So what's the difference now, bro? You switching up? You got somebody to impress? You online impressing who? Who you impressing? Since when did we argue with people that we gave packs to? And I sat there and said, damn, bro. He said, come on, Zeke, man, you bugging out, man. You done been out of town too long. Not saying Louis and Albany or whatever. I don't know what you done. You picking up crazy, wild habits. Since when do you argue with workers? Because the dudes, the individual I see you argue with, those are workers, bro. You hear me? And he goes, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there going, damn, son, you right, son. See, they workers. There's no disrespect. Look at their movement. Their movements details it all. You know what I'm saying? Movements detail it all, bro. So you have to get them out your life. Easy, it's over, whatever you feel, whatever you say, it doesn't matter. Since when, Zeke? Come on, man. Ain't about no OG shit. Since when do we argue with the people we're giving packs to? Or we gave packs to?
President of security monitoring recording activity at this location is in live with a video. All persons in and out of this location are being monitored and recorded.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I think that's where we go wrong at, bro. You gotta sit back and answer yourselves that. If you was in the street, if you played a part to the streets, if you played a part to these corners, because that's where most of us came from, we have to apply it to real life. When people go, why Jay-Z sits back in the cut for? Because I'm not arguing with workers. I'm not arguing with Beanie Siegel. Why would Jay-Z argue with Beans for? You worked for me. I didn't work for you. You say what you want to say about me. Cause I watched this thing with Noriega, and Noriega was going in on Lil, whatever his name, and that's why I brought that up. Little Drew, whatever the case may be, and it was funny because he was like, "Yo, we don't like Jay and them was laughing. Leave him alone, man. He worked for me. Like, why am I? I don't care what he say about me. Now, did they ain't work for Jay? Nah, but I feel how Jay feel. Man, forget you, man. This is fun to me. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk crazy, you want to call me the type of rats and say I did with rats? Okay, so I'm going to show you what rats do. We sue. You know what I'm saying? That's all Jay doing. Okay, you keep calling me a rat and keep calling me a rat and doing this funny stuff. Okay, I'm going to do what rats do. We're going to sue. I'm going to be professional about mine. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying about real time, man. Because my man asked me a question, right? He said, yo, I check your content. There's a lot of stuff you say I like, some shit you be bugging me out with. But you know it's all entertainment, you know what I'm saying? You know, I knew that you knew Black Rob because your cousin was managing Black Rob. Because you was telling us about the Bad Boy Reunion tour, the last tour that he went on. You also told me about the issues that Puff and Black Rob had that you knew about. You know what I'm saying? When Black Rob was in Miami, when Puff was trying to give him a chance, and I guess Rob, in the Miami studio, then violated. So he goes, Black Rob, you know, rest in peace, Rob. He said whatever he said on Sway and other platforms, but Puff still didn't say F you. You see what I'm saying? He still didn't say F him, bro. He buried the man, but he doesn't even bury the man. He brought him on a tour, 40 cities, put money in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? Kept him relevant. That was enough to keep him relevant, the last reunion tour. But then what happens with Rob is a good dude. That's when the biters come now. Okay, Rob is in. We're going to get in through Rob again. The ones that push that agenda. There's no winning that agenda of hate. I'm going to keep it away 100 with you. Rest in peace, Black Rob. But see, Puff is not going to sit online and explain that. Because he feels he should have to explain that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you violated me. I didn't violate you. Whenever you need some bread, I gave you some bread. Whatever you need, I got you. But see, nobody's going to say that story. What they're going to say is Puff this, Puff that. He be jerking these dudes because that's what dudes do. Dudes run to the media and say what they say about him. The only ones that he don't look out for are the ones that flop. Why do I owe you money for if you couldn't go platinum? So he said, what you said about, you know, the Gene guy, I see what he's talking about. I sort of understand it because why would you want to go somewhere and be in the same room with Puff Daddy when you try and give him a body? You keep trying to say that Puff had Biggie smoke. So why would Puff want to sit in the same room with somebody who's trying to say, I had Biggie Smalls murdered? Look at the reality of this. But real niggas that sit back and go, nah, that's real nigga shit. He show love the Black Wall regardless. That's not real nigga shit. You keep saying on the media that Puff did it and Mace did it and all this other did it. Why would you want to be in the same room with Puff? People don't understand, you know what I'm saying? Cloud chasing is at its all-time high. And it's no disrespect to him. Like my man said, Zeke, that nigga was wrong for that. They're wrong for that. They're making books about the man that they put up at the, you know what I'm saying? And they know the shit that Rob did to Puff, and Puff still buried him, you know what I'm saying? That's real talk, man. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, you know what I'm saying? Get in tune with the young boy D.I., man. You know what I'm saying? He should be out here. He went to jail when he was a kid. We all was 17 years old before. He made a mistake that we probably would have made. How many times I walked out the lobby and then some dudes beat up a Chinese guy, robbed a Chinese man, made him, you know what I'm saying? Those are simple mistakes that people make, man. And they're forced to go up in the penitentiary 100 years, 150 years. Come on, man. I remember when this kid in Schenectady, man, I forgot, it was Fordham. They killed the Chinese guy, you know, the pizza guy. Son got like 40 years, man. He was 17. 40. Simple mistakes, man. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, man. I just have to have these shows. I just got to do these shows. And people may go Zeke all over the place. But I just touch on the things I speak to my OGs with, the dudes I respect. And they just said that, yo, lay off the workers, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had to bring up the whole Gene situation because He brought that up to me and said, people don't look at what Rob did to Puff, though. You know what I'm saying? And Puff still looked out for him, even with our hotel dilemma. They don't know what Puff went through because he was a bad boy artist. The hotel most likely tried to sue Puff, you hear me? Because he's an artist. You know what I'm saying? That's your property. You don't know what happens, Zeke. So when dudes you looking like why dudes don't mess with dudes, that's why, because they become an economic loss. Not just Black Rob, G Depp. Depp lost his mind. You know what I'm saying? You know, we can't make somebody a street individual when they're not from the street. We can't make Puff street and he ain't from the streets. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't about Puff Daddy. This is about reality. So what I'm trying to say is, when doors close on some of y'all, that's because y'all have closed them doors. Now the people that choose, like the moral of the story is, don't burn bridges, and then when the dudes you burn bridges with come up, you feel like they owe you something. You shouldn't even say their name no more. Like the bridge is there, the beef has been created, it's over. I should not be having to mention these guys' names. This is what these young boys see online all day. What's up, boys? This is what dudes see online all day. They see older guys doing all this craziness, and then what happens? Yo, son, no, I just want a conversation with you. So my man said we wasn't doing that, man. Remember that. That's a new movement. We don't argue with workers. What's your history? What's your story? Nothing wrong with being a worker. I was a worker before. It was okay. I wasn't a kingpin, but I was a worker. And when I worked and I came short on the pack, dudes ain't argue with me. You just stopped giving me packs. You know what I'm saying? And I learned, stop playing with dudes' money. And then I also realized if I have my own work, then I ain't got to worry about me having to work for somebody. So with that being said, my break is almost over. Don't personalize what I'm talking about. Just take it for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? Inspire your cousins that graduate. There's a bunch of dudes that be online. Congratulate them. Give them an idea. Ask them what they're trying to do with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Other than being a rapper, playing basketball, football. What you want to do with yourself? What's the long-term goal? And if they respect you, they're going to listen to you, and then you put them in the right direction. Over 650 kids graduated in Albany, New York recently. You know what I'm saying? A lot of their fathers was in the penitentiary or coming home from the penitentiary from that generation. So we're going to need some of you guys in New York City, wherever, market you, when you got a cousin or a niece, point them in that right direction. My son's supposed to be starting junior college next month. His mom's got him on the right track. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. If you don't want your kids to go through what you went through with the no thrills and the free cheese, then you got to change that. With that being said, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. With that being said, life ain't easy, man. But nothing's easy in life, you heard? If I could survive in jail and make it happen, then I know I can survive in the streets. But it's not about surviving in jail. It's about surviving in the real world. With that being said, I love you, Southern Belle. You in the building. Shout out to everything in West Side St. Louis. Shouts, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the love I get on the north side when I've been working on the north side. You know what I'm saying? I see property every day when I come to work on the north side. I don't find my face up to them. I piece it back to my reality, where I came from, where I'm trying to go. You heard? That being said, boom, don't rewind.